Well, good afternoon, good morning, or good evening to you whenever you'll be viewing this video. This is your instructor, James Shelton, here for Bible 103, Drama of Scripture. And in the next few minutes, I want to go over some of the particulars for your capstone project. If you look at the screen that I have shared, you will see that I am on the Assignments tab over here in Canvas and have scrolled down to Capstone. The assignments themselves are not labeled capstone, but here on the assignments page, you can see that the assignment is basically broken down into 4 activities. So what I want to do is give kind of the overview of the assignment and then go back and tell you what we're expecting in each of these activities, which you can see are due week 2, week 4, week 6, and then your final project all put together will be due in week 7. So as I click on the week 7 activity here, you can see that what we are going to be asking you for are a series of 6 what we're calling elevator pitches. Imagine you're a salesperson, some of you are, and you are trying to pitch a product or something to someone. Um, a lot of times this is done in the space of time that it usually takes for a normal elevator ride. And so this idea of an elevator pitch is, let's say you don't have all that long with a person, but you are talking to them about the 6 acts of God's story. An elevator pitch is defined as a succinct and persuasive sales pitch. Now, please don't misunderstand. We are not selling anyone the gospel. The gospel is not a product to be sold to anyone. The gospel is the good news of what God has done for us in King Jesus. And so, want to make that clear from the outset. But the idea behind this project is what we are asking you to do in a page each. So, the document will be 6 pages. What we're asking you to do is to create a succinct and persuasive and an engaging retelling of each act of the biblical story. All right. Now, what I want to get clear here, and there may be some that misunderstand this as we go through, because there is a book in the Bible, in the New Testament, that is known as the Acts of the Apostles, or just shorthand, people call it Acts, ACTS. When we ask you in some of these assignments to, for instance, pick a character out of Act 4 and draw that out, and you're going to see, if you haven't done it already, as you peruse the assignments, you're going to see that there are going to be character studies from the different acts. We are not asking you to go to the New Testament book of Acts and the particular chapter, Acts 3, Acts 4, Acts 5. These acts will be explained to you in your textbook, the drama of Scripture. But for the sake of kind of getting us all on the same page, Act 1 in the Bible is creation. Act 2 is what we call the fall. Act 3, the longest act in the Bible, is what we call Israel. Act 4 is Jesus. Act 5, the church. And then Act 6 can go by several different names, but the consummation of the kingdom, new heavens, new earth, basically the end when Jesus returns and makes all things fully and finally completely new. So when you see in other assignments in this course where we're asking you to do a character study from Act 3, we are asking you to to write for us about a character from Act 3, which is Israel, not Acts chapter 3, the New Testament. Now, if you need a bit more clarification on that, I'm just trying to save you some confusion and rewriting later on down the road. Okay, back to this assignment. The capstone assignment should be a 6-page paper, double spaced. Everybody breathes and says yes. It should be done in Times New Roman font, size 12, not Arial, not purple, not pink. It should be done in black font, Times New Roman font, double spaced. You should cite our textbook, The Drama of Scripture, and any other course resources using MLA format. If you're not familiar with MLA format, you can Google MLA format, or you could do this. You could go to our free online writing lab, and they can help you to get your head a little bit better around MLA format. So if you have questions, before Googling, I would encourage you to reach out to our online writing lab. Okay. And your paper will be graded for college level grammar and syntax. And be sure to utilize a proofreader. Again, the free writing lab at Point will take your paper. They will actually, in a way, they will not grade it, but they will correct it and send it back to you. So I want to encourage you to do that. Okay. Now, the final project for this is due week 7. But along the way, you're going to notice in week 2, week 4, and week 6 that we want to see what you've done up to this point on this project. What we're not asking for is polish, even though your submission may be. We're not asking for polish. We're not asking for it to be absolutely perfect. What we're asking for is for you to show that you have been working on this throughout. It can even be screenshots or pictures of your written notes. Perhaps you're someone who writes out their notes, writes out their outlines by hand. That's fine. Okay. But what we want to make sure that you're doing is working steadily along on this, because we don't want to come to week 7 and not have had any progress on this. So you'll see that under the capstone there. I'm going to have a lot more to say to you about this project as we get into week 2, week 4, week 6. So I want you to take a big deep breath with me right now and say, I don't really have anything to do with this. We're still in getting started week, and we've got some stuff coming up for week 1 that we'll be talking about. But just wanted to go ahead and get this video out there to you tonight, or whenever you are viewing this, and let you know that you can do this. I think it will be a really it'll be a really great exercise for all of us to engage. Um, in creating succinct, persuasive, engaging retellings of each act of the biblical story. There is one story told across Scripture from Genesis to Revelation, and our authors in our textbook break it up into 6 acts, and we're going to start looking at those very, very soon. Thank you to those that have already participated in the Introduce Yourself Forum. There are several of you that have not done that yet. Please remember that you have until Sunday, this coming Sunday, before your head hits the pillow, to take care of that. And it does count for your attendance for Getting Started Week. All right. I'm here for you. I'm praying for you. And if there's anything I can do, you can message me here on Canvas, or you can simply email me at james.shelton, and that's Shelton with a T, at point.edu. I hope you have a great, great weekend, and I'll be in touch again. Bye bye.